The Child's Play movie of 2019 was one of my angriest reviews. I don't know if you guys saw it, but they took what was unique and scary about Chucky and they just stripped it away. And that upset me very much. So as a lifelong Chucky fan, I went into this show with no expectations because I didn't want to be hurt again. And I was guarding my feelings. Luckily, after the first episode, that wall was broken down. Because this show is killer. It's a bloody good time. There is a whole new crop of characters in the town of Hackensack. A good guy doll shows up at a yard sale and people start dying. While these new characters are starting to fall into the early stages of a Child's Play movie, we get some blasts from the past showing up with experience to fight off this little bastard. And together they're trying to figure out the newest scheme of our favorite doll serial killer. Brad Dourif returns as the voice of Chucky, and this dude, after 30 years, still got it. Obviously, Chucky is the best part of this show. It's his show. It's the Chucky that we know and we love. None of this 2019 Child's Play bullshit. This is a continuance from the last actual Child's Play movie, The Cult of Chucky. In case you don't remember from that last movie, Chucky has figured out how to break his soul off into different bodies. So that leads to some fun and interesting twists. I also love that Chucky at this point is kind of an old guy and he has to deal with the change of the times. Essentially, he's a serial killer from the 80s and he has to deal with the teenagers of today. It's hilarious and pretty fucking rude. And as a dude in his 30s, I found myself siding with Chucky quite a bit. A new aspect that they bring into this psychopathic doll is his new fascination to manipulate one of these teens into becoming a murderer. It's fun to see this manipulative side of Chucky as he slowly pushes someone over the edge of sanity. This is as good as Chucky gets, so if you're tuning into this show to see the classic horror slasher that you know and love, you're gonna get that. You get plenty of Chucky. The rest of this cast was kinda up and down for me. There's a lot of good surprises with old characters. Brad Dourif's daughter returns as the same character that she was in the last couple movies, and the route that they take with that character is crazy and weird, and I loved it. They also go with this flashback storyline where Chucky was just a man, and they take that actress and dress her up to play him. Brad Dourif, the voice of Chucky, his daughter plays him in the past. It's a bit of a weird route, but I was on board with it. It's unique and different. Devon Sawa from Idle Hands and Final Destination, he plays two characters in this. I was very happy to see him in a substantial role. And there's the cast members that I wasn't very fond of, the teenagers. The main protagonist of this show, he was a terrible actor. They start him out as like a weirdo that's obsessed with dolls. Personally, I think he's a bit too old to be so obsessed with toys. He makes a face consistently that got on my nerves every time he made it. Almost as if he walked into a room and it smells like fart every single scene. As one of the main characters of the show, I just didn't like this dude at all. I think they should have made a different choice with a different actor. However, he does have a subplot where he's discovering his sexuality and starts a relationship with this guy. I found that to be a positive and progressive aspect to the show, and it was well done. For the message that they were putting across, it didn't feel forced. It was this natural progression of characters that are teenagers that are figuring themselves out. It works. And of course, Chucky finds a way to turn that into a joke about his son. Classic Chucky. And then there's these two. I found them both equally annoying. I had a great time watching this show. I looked forward to a new episode every week. I was excited to watch it. I swear that as a Chucky fan, it was made for me. This show was made for fans of slasher horror movies. There are 21 kills and 8 fucking episodes. Every kill is a blast, and honestly, I didn't see a lot of them coming. There would be a storyline following a specific character, and right as I'm like starting to question it and think, why are they spending so much time with this character dead? And you're sitting there like, oh, awesome. There's plenty of bad shit in this show, but I think the good really outweighs the bad by a lot. Most of the shit that's not good is them trying to take risks and trying new things. which I appreciated. Yeah, I don't like the teenagers. I think they're all bad at acting, but they're legitimate 14-year-old actors. Instead of casting people in their mid-20s as teenagers, they took a risk with legitimate teenagers, and it didn't necessarily pay off. But it's a legitimate age range, and I believed that they were teenagers in high school. They were just kind of overacting a little bit. You can tell that they're still in the beginning stages of their career. And when I think about it, do I even really give a shit about those characters? No. Kill them, because this show's not about them. I could still count on the best part of the show, and that was the character of Chucky. There were some questionable decisions with his storyline in the past, but I went with it because I was having a good fucking time. And I was genuinely interested in seeing how Chucky went from serial killer to doll. Here's a good example of an issue that I had. There's a specific character from Bride of Chucky that comes back, and this specific character has a very particular voice. They showed how this character got that voice, and I thought that was completely unnecessary. But still, I went with it. The practical effects and Chucky himself were fantastic. They use animatronics and creepy dolls for Chucky's face, and they switch it up quite a bit. And for the shots that are behind Chucky, or for those far away shots, they used kids that they dressed up as a doll. So when he's running around, it looks creepy. It looked great. Top-notch kills too. I had so many ecstatic reactions to the way people were being killed off in this show. It started to scare me with how excited I got. Again, if you're a slasher horror fan, these kills are what's up. This project was a combination of sci-fi and USA coming together, and I love that they didn't hold back. There's blood and guts, they say fuck, they say shit, and it's just not used to what you're seeing on cable TV. They went for an R-rated TV show, and I think it worked really well. I was very taken back by how much I enjoyed this show. And yeah, sometimes it sucks, but if you're a Child's Play fan, then I think you'll love it. And even if you're not a Child's Play fan, if you don't know the folklore behind it over these past 30 years, I think you'll still enjoy it as well. My wife really enjoyed it, and she's not nearly as sadistic as I am. I was surprised. She thinks Chucky is hilarious. She was also looking forward to watch it every week. Should I be concerned? Okay. See ya. Subscribe!